What do you make of the rampant strikes? As the universities are opening, if it's not the lecturers, it will be the support staff.
Yes.
If it's not the university, at least we can't close a year without the teachers going on strike.
Yes.
If it's not the teachers, then it's the doctors.
Yes.
What do you think is the problem within our civil servant sector, in our civil service sector in Uganda?
First of all, our government administrative costs are very high, starting with President's office. Those advisors, all of them, as far as I'm concerned, the president should have only strategic advisors. Strategic means people who are strategically in the economy, people who are strategically political, who are going to give security strategy. In most countries, there are about 2 or 3 or 4, no more. So those ones must go, starting from the State House. And the staff of State House, how many do we need? That one, you go down and you look at it. I'm not going to say they are not important. They are all important. The question is, how much can we afford? How many of those can we afford? Oh, all those people are very important. They are very nice. The question is, can we afford them?
Is it a number that we can afford?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's your question.
That's my question. Then we go down. We come to the civil service. The operational costs, vehicles, fuel, seminars, whatnot. How much of that can we reduce so that we live within our means? Then we go further and say, Parliament. Really, our Parliament. 500 people. We can't afford it. Members of Parliament, member of Uganda, should 150 people to 200 are enough.
Captain, something small.
Yeah.
How do we generate these numbers before we even go to Parliament?
Yeah.
You have mentioned State House and Office of the President. How do we generate these numbers?
To me, it looks like it's an excitement of understanding. For example, by having more numbers, you create jobs.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, you get more support because you have more people. And number three, you build leadership, because by doing so, people get built. Number five, the people where these people come, they also feel they are being included.
They see their reflections within the government.
Within the government. So there are many reasons why you want to expand the Parliament. To me, that is not the reason. The reason is very simple. Can we afford it? That's number one. Number two, when you have 150 people talking, really, is that not enough? Because even now, with 500 members of Parliament, how many people talk in Parliament?
Not even half.
No, not even 50. How many people in the committees talk?
So you have been in that Parliament.
I have been in Parliament.
Yes.
I'm saying 150 to 200 people is enough.
How can we reduce Parliament?
By the Ugandans agreeing, including members of Parliament, including the President, that our limit should not go beyond 200. We have, you said 47 million, let's say 50 million people. 250,000 per member of Parliament. Yes. 250 people. 250,000 people represented by one member of Parliament.
There is a professor who told me we can have a man and a woman per district.
That's 120, isn't it? We have 120 districts?
Yes, that's 240.
Yeah. But even that one we can reduce. Some districts are too small. Me, I would go by numbers. I would say 250,000 people, one person representing it. So we would have something like 200 or between 150 and 200 people.
Okay.
Now,
we are spending too much money.
Administrative costs, they are called. Administering this country is costing us. Can we reduce it so that it fits us? The people who want them to have these jobs, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with all those people who are in these jobs. The problem is we can't afford them. And the human capital is demanding that you look after them. I am working as a teacher. I'm working as a medical officer. I'm working as an agriculture officer. Hey, please pay me so that I can take my children to school.
Just like you do.
Like you do. That's all. I'm not saying you give me more. Okay, give me a living wage. So that, what is a living wage of a person? That's all. I'm not asking for anything more. But you're not going to give me a market wage because you don't have it. A market wage would mean we look at the whole area and say, what is a market wage for this kind of officer? Now, many years ago, at one time, those people in government used to get 800,000 shillings when the economy was in tandem. But over the years, the inflation has eaten it away. You cannot give anybody 850,000 permanent secretary and you think he will leave. And then you give him a car.
There's a time when a PS would earn 850,000.
Oh yes. In the beginning there, it was that low.
Honorable, you were in the Ministry of Education.
Yes.
At least the direct public servants are teachers, soldiers, doctors, nurses. At least you have ever supervised
let's call it the social service.
The social service. You have ever supervised the group. How did you used to handle these people? And the time you were minister, I think I was in primary school.
Yeah.
That's when I remember having heard the name Vibrant.
Yes.
How did you used to handle these people that we used not to miss classes because the teachers were striking?
First of all,
did you have more money than now?
No, the salary then was virtually in tandem with the economy. It was not enough, but the economy was at such a level that one could live within that salary.
Okay.
That time. Let us be fair. Secondly, there was a spirit of all Ugandans to try and work so that we could build our nation. Some people would say, I'm on a call, I'm a doctor, I'm a lecturer, this salary is low, but I'm going to teach.
Let me take the commitment.
Yeah, let me take a commitment and let our country come up. So these people have actually, if you like, they have sacrificed to be able to build this country. So when you talk about developing this country, these people should even be given medals, because at that salary they have been there all the time teaching in the university. By the way, we have suffered quite a bit. At one time, many years ago in other regime, the lecturers at Makere reached a point of driving taxis, of not having clothes. But now they have come up. We would have wanted them to be even at a market level. A professor in Makere University and a professor in a British university, American university, the professor in Makere University is getting a quarter of what the other person receives. So the market rate for a professor is quite high. But these professors are here. They have sacrificed. They are part of those people with the spirit of developing this country. And therefore they must be respected. Those are the teachers, the medical workers, all the people who are in the social services. And these are extremely important because they work on a human resource. Your human capital requires those to survive. Apart from food, those are next.
Okay.
Yes.